Okay.
And maybe I'm not prepared to buy a truck today.
All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how your payment is going to be significantly less than $1,007. Okay?
Okay.
Now look, everybody knows one thing. This truck will depreciate. Now, it's not going to depreciate very fast, not nearly as fast as trucks used to, but it will depreciate. You know that,
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
Did you know that every time you stroke a check for $1,007, and every time you send it to a lender, that a big chunk of that money is coming back to you?
No, I didn't know that. But the problem is I don't think I can afford that.
Well, we talked about this earlier, okay? You've been paying close to $750. I asked you if you could go to $1,000. You said probably, maybe so. So
I didn't know that.
Well, Zach, let me ask you a question. You can make the $1,000. You just don't want to, correct?
That's why I have to go check with the other half, because she keeps more closely on that. So when I left, I was thinking maybe.
Do I need to get
$50,
back to the
$100 more?
decision thing that we talked about earlier when you said you were the decision maker?
Well,
Let me ask you this. If you told the other half that the payment on a net basis was significantly less than $1,000, maybe closer to $700, would she be happy?
well, she might even take it at this. I just have to talk to her first.
There'll be no talking to your wife, okay?
I'm giving you a hard time with the answer.
No, I want you to. By the way, if we've been together for 2 hours, is it okay for me to be very straight with him? Look, he has taken up 2 hours of my time, and I've taken up 2 hours of his time. What did he come here to do? Buy a truck. Look, he's faced with the highest payment he's ever seen in his entire life. Is his reaction all that strange? No, it's perfectly normal. So what I'm going to do now is, if you learn how to do what I'm about to do, and it's third grade math, you will have a tool in your arsenal which you are most assuredly going to need in the coming months and years because of where car and truck payments are going. Hell, they're already there. If the average payment's $800 and he's looking at a $76,000 truck, is $1,000 really wild? No. In fact, in 2 years, it may be the average payment. So what I'm going to do next is help him see how $1,007 is not really what it's going to cost him to drive this truck each month. It's going to be significantly less. How many of you remember this? Anybody? Okay. Look, I want you and I want your better half to both be perfectly satisfied with this. Okay? You don't want to write a $1,000 check. I get it. You don't want to send it to a lender 60 times. I get it. But Zach, once you do this, once you make that 60th payment, what comes back to you in the mail?
The title of the truck.
The title to that truck. And it's a cool title because it's got one name on it. It's yours. It's called Free and Clear. Now, this is a $76,000 truck. You ain't paying that, but that's what it is. What do you think? In 5 years, if you use the truck like you intend on using it, you don't do anything special, but you don't crash it, you don't trash it. What do you think that truck will be worth in 5 years?
30%, 40% of what it was.
So 40% of 78,000 is what? Someone do the math for us.
26.
42.
So here's the situation 5 years from today. You've been driving the truck of your dreams, okay? Now you've got the dream payment going on. You owe nothing. There is no payment. Yet you've got a $42,000 asset that goes on your personal balance sheet, okay? Now the question I've got for you is, well, it's not a question, it's a math question. Someone divide 42,000 by 60.
700.
Is that it? Zach, you know what that $700 represents?
That's the value that I'll have once the loan's paid off.
What it represents is, remember the $1,007 you're sending to the lender? On the way to the lender, metaphorically speaking, 700 of it is going straight back to your title. So, Zach, when you go home today and you're showing off your new truck to your better half, I want you to let her know that it's going to cost you a whopping $307 a month to drive that truck. I bet you both can live with that one, can't you?
Yeah, but the bill's going to come in for $1,007, right?
Every single month.
Or is the bill going to come in 307? Because I'll take it at 307.
You're going to take it at $1,007 because what you're going to end up paying is $307.
Okay.
All right. Look. People don't think about this. This vehicle is an investment.
What if I miss a payment? Like, what if I can't make that payment?
Then there'll probably be a $100 late charge. Okay. So divide 100 by 60, and it'll cost you another $2.
That's the reason that it's not. I don't know if I can swing that payment.
Okay. Now, if he can't make the payment, this doesn't work. Okay? If he can, and he's just given me pushback, is it easier to say yes to 1,007 or 307? 307. By the way, is the 307 a real number?
No.
What do you mean, nope? If his truck is worth 42 grand at the end of the term,
If.
okay, well, who gave me the number?
When we try to do this, that's the hardest part of it, is when trying to get what we think it's gonna be worth, or they try, because it's worked a few times, but that's the hardest part of the selling for me when I go out there, is to come up with that value. Is there a little trick to that?
There is no trick to it. Okay, let me give you the history of this strategy. I learned it from a Harley Davidson sales manager about 7 or 8 years ago. I used to carry a residual book with me that had the residuals for every make and model, because it's a wonderful thing on new vehicles. It's killer on used because so much of the depreciation has already taken place. But one day, I would use the residual chart and show the customer, here's what ALS says your vehicle is going to be worth at the end of the term. Okay, as a percentage, multiply the percentage times the cap cost, and that's the cost before you take off the $7,000 discount and the $1,000 rebate. So I would give them those numbers. Well, I didn't bring my book one time, and I was working in a Subaru store as a closer, and I said, shh, I don't have my residual book. What am I going to do? Well, I started asking the customers what they thought the vehicle would be worth at the end of the term. Now, the only trouble I run into is when a customer will not give me a number. When they say, look, I don't know. However, most of them will give you a guess. And do you think they're guessing high or low? They're guessing almost always high. But if he told me 22,000, say you think it'll be worth 22,000.
Probably be worth about 22,000.
Divide 22 by 60 for me. What is it?
366.
Zach, you know what the 366 represents? The amount of money coming back to you every time you write a check. Look, every financial advisor in the world will tell you if you want to save money, don't wait till the end of the month. Save money at the beginning of the month, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, what you're doing is you're saving money every time you make a truck payment.
Yep.
Because every time you make a truck payment, 366 is flowing right back to your title. So 1,007 minus 366 is 143 from 9, 6. 641 bucks a month. That's what it's going to cost you to drive it. It's going to cost you 1,007 to own it, but at the end of the term, your truck's worth $22,000. What's easier to say yes to, 641 or 1,007? 641.
In order to get that kind of value out of it, I'd have to sell that truck the day I paid it off, right?
No. You don't have to. You don't know. It's completely up to you. Okay.
But I plan on keeping the truck till I was going to run it till the wheels fell off.
Don't blame you.
So
Okay. So after 5 years, you've got a zero payment and a asset worth $22,000. Now the following year, it'll be worth less. The following year, it'll be worth less. But fact of the matter is, you pay $1,007 to own it. It's never going to go to zero, Zach. It's never going to go to zero. There's always going to be value there. My point to you is I know this is the highest payment you've ever seen. And I know it's a bitter pill to swallow. But it's the right truck, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the truck. I don't like the payment. And if I can't make it,
Well, again, if he can't make it, where was my mistake? Vehicle selection. I've done this 200 times with real customers. Remember, when I work in a dealership now, I don't pick somebody up at meet and greet. I work as a closer. I go in on the deals. Other people can't get closed. Do I close them all? Hell no. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But most of the time, it's a payment complaint or objection that I'm getting. I go through this every single time. When the customer looks at me and says, nice, Steve, and it's really cool, but I can't write a check for $1,007. I can't do it, read my lips. I know that the customer is on the wrong truck. I've got to do something else then. Now I'm going to have to really look at stretching out the payments over a longer term, or I'm going to have to switch the customer to another truck. Do I want to switch the customer to another truck at this point in the process? No, that's a desperation move. Okay? Have I had to do it before? Absolutely yes. But if he can't, when the customer says they can't make the payment, I've got a problem. All right? Or the salesperson who's working the deal's got a problem. But you know what the number one customer response to this is? Do that again. Do that again. It's the story that makes it work. What's the math? Math is simple. What do you think the car will be worth when you finish paying it off? Take that number and divide it by what? The term of the loan in months, which will give you what? How much of that payment is funneling back to the title every single month? By the way, is that bullshit or is it true? It's absolutely true. How many customers think about a payment like this? And by the way, Zach's been a very difficult customer, and thank you for that. Thank you for that. No. Look. If these things can't be real, I'm wasting your time, and I'm not going to do that. But if you can tell the story, everybody knows the truck will depreciate, right, Luke?
That's right.
But Austin, did you know that every time you make a car payment or a truck payment, there's a savings element to it? What's the customer going to say? What? What kind of bullshit's that? I've gotten just that response. Okay? It's not bullshit. Because at the end of the term, does the vehicle turn to dust? Is it completely worthless? Hell no. There is value to it.